Thank you to Skillshare for sponsoring today's video. Hello everybody, it's Jess here and welcome back to my channel. Thanks so much for tuning into today's video. I decided to have some fun and do some sketches, and I asked you guys on Instagram on what I should draw. And you guys gave some awesome responses, so I'm going to pick a few today and draw them. I feel like this is an interactive way to communicate with you all, and I want to say thank you everyone who submitted a response. And let's start off with something that is sort of like a warm-up round. So I chose eyes. Drawing your responses is also a way to challenge myself because some of the responses that you guys submitted I have never drawn before, so it was really fun to take a look. I've actually really been wanting to do a 100 eyes challenge, so wink wink, this may be the upcoming challenge that I may be tackling in my sketchbook. So I decided to choose eyes from a fellow follower that has submitted her response, and thank you so much. But the way that I was approaching this first sketch, I used my blending stump to create some midtones, and then I went in with my pencil to put in some darker shadows. This is the basic process that I go through when I'm doing my drawings, and I love to add in cross-hatching marks as if I'm using a pen, but instead the same technique with a pencil. And I absolutely love drawing eyes. I had a phase a few years ago where all I would do is draw eyes. I would draw giant eyes, I would draw little eyes, so I think I'm gonna get back into it and do the 100 eyes challenge. Alright, let's take a look at what I'm going to draw next. Baby birds sounds good. That actually rhymed, but I love birds as well. I think they're actually really hard to draw, but I have a lot of fun with them while I'm drawing. So I grabbed my rainbow pencil to already change things up. I was going to just start with a pencil and do all the sketches in pencil, but I decided to get crazy with it. The beauty about this pencil and what I enjoy most is that you can't control what color you're gonna get, so every time you're drawing it changes up a color on you, which is pretty cool. And with one line you can get such a variety in color. And if you're someone who isn't sure about what colors to do or how you can approach a drawing, this is a great pencil to use because it literally does the color choices for you. All you have to worry about is just completing your sketch. For these baby birds, I decided to do 3 different positions, and I tried to stylize them a little bit and give them a little bit of cuteness. I played around with a more realistic approach along with a cartoony approach for the second middle bird, and they were complete. The next request I got was dancing people. So I decided to limit my colors with 2 colors of colored pencils, and I was going to do these silhouettes of dancing people and interchange some bright colors. I decided to do the silhouettes in order to look at the figure a bit closer as a whole filled in shape. So I just drew the girl with long yellow hair with her hands up in the air, and then I drew this guy jumping up, and I added some paints like a darker blue to his jacket, and he's like poking the little flower by the bird. And then I also added a blue figure with her hands up as if she's striking a pose. So this was a fun little exercise, and I actually enjoyed putting a gradient to each of the figures. So as you can see, it's going from dark to light. Alright, let's see what I can pick up next. Humpback whale. I have never drawn a humpback whale before, so let's go for it. I immediately looked up some references of a humpback whale jumping out the water. I wanted to do something dynamic to lead on to the next page. And of course, I went straight in with my watercolors. I gave myself restraint to go with pencil, but I couldn't resist to get some paint in. You guys actually requested, and almost every other answer to the question of what to draw was animals. I got lots of animals, so I was really happy to see what you guys suggested, and even happier to get it down into some sketching. If you guys have watched my other sketch with me videos or my sketchbook tours, you know I love my flowy compositions and connecting everything all together. I wanted a pop of color for this page, so that's exactly what I did there, and it was kind of like a splash of water for the humpback whale. Let's see what's up next. A lot of you guys requested dogs, so I chose a surreal dog. I wasn't sure how I was gonna make it surreal, so I just started with some sketching, and I wanted to create a beautiful detailed cross-hatching drawing. I ended up going with a Boston Terrier puppy because I thought that they're super cute, and I've actually been seeing them going on walks, so I was like, alright, this is a sign that I should maybe go for one of them. Also, I've been dreaming for a puppy, so hopefully one day I can have a dog. So as I'm finishing the dog drawing, I was really excited to do all the cross-hatching, and then I had a random idea spark in my head that the humpback whale should say hi. And at this point, I was really feeling my little doodles and drawings in my sketchbook, so I just let my intuition lead the way and drew some of my little squiggly lines that I love to do, and it's time to pick the next drawing. I was scrolling and then I read octoshroom, and I had the perfect idea of an octopus mixed with a mushroom. So let's go for it. And thanks Jordana for this awesome response. So going back into connecting everything all together, I had the think bubbles of hey and sup into the humpback whale and the mushroom octopus dude, and then I added little bubbles to connect it all together. Now before I show you some other cool suggestions that you guys did, let's talk about today's sponsor. Skillshare, as you guys know, is an online learning community with thousands of inspiring classes for creative and curious people. I personally love going on Skillshare when I want to try new things, learn new things, and of course develop new skills. The class is broken down into really simple sections, and you can also, which is one of my favorite things, upload your own projects and get feedback. I like to save my favorite classes into my profile, and one class that I really enjoy is Ink Drawing Techniques, Brush, Nib, and Pen Style by Yuko Shimizu. Most of her work is made up of inking techniques, so she does a really great job explaining the different ways that you can hold your brush and how the mark making plays a big role in your art. And Skillshare is curated specifically for learning, so there are no ads, and an annual subscription is less than $10 a month. And if you'd like to get a free trial, click the link in my description to try out Skillshare. Thanks again for sponsoring today's video, and let's get back into the sketching. So I ended up getting so many more responses for what to draw, so I'm sorry if I haven't picked yours, but I am going to try my best to post another reel of this for my Instagram story. But I ended up going through them, and here are some doodles that I created. I really love the idea of a grumpy noodle boy. His arms are noodles, so here's what he looks like. Also got an awesome suggestion to draw an alpaca, and so I drew two alpaca buddies because I haven't actually drawn them before. I think they came out pretty fun. And here are some more doodles before I do one last big drawing. I was going to leave it at that, but I couldn't help myself but get down this one other request that a follower gave me, and it was a robot discovering creativity. As soon as I read this, I had an image pop into my head, so let's see what I can do with that. Again, thank you guys so much for all of your incredible answers. I ended up spending so many hours drawing and going through the responses, and it was a lot of fun, so thank you, thank you, thank you. But for this last big drawing, I was really feeling the idea and concept. I loved the idea of the robot holding a giant pencil and starting to get creative and loving it at the same time. I wanted to give you guys some real-time drawing for this video since many of you guys have requested it. But if you want lots of real-time sketching and videos, you should check out my Patreon where I upload exclusive videos, send out exclusive rewards, and also there's a podcast, which I've been really enjoying as well. This is if you want that extra content and just a bunch of extra fun rewards from me. So I'm now using my blending stump to get in some values because I wanted the sunset to be behind him and he's kind of like drawing on the ground. I was really focusing on all the values to be present and make sure that I have a set background, and I wanted to do a landscape, which a lot of you guys also requested, so I combined a few responses into this big drawing. I go back and forth with my blending stump along with my mechanical drafting pencil to get some more precision. I'm pushing the shadows where it is furthest from the sun, and then I am using my eraser to get out the highlights. Alright, as much as I wanted to keep going, I had to finish off the video. This has been an awesome sketching day and I really enjoyed loads of fun and drawing your responses. So let's take a look back at what I've created. A little recap of the 2 spreads that we have completed today. Really enjoyed starting off with the eyes. It was a great little warm-up and these little birds came out pretty cute as well. My dancing people silhouettes are having a party down at the bottom of the page, and of course I have a beautiful humpback whale that I leaded into the other spread saying hi and jumping out the water. Of course, one of my favorites from the sketching session was the cute Boston Terrier that I drew along with the octo shroom. Here's another look back at our cow in a pink hat with a handbag. She came out pretty fun. Our alpacas and the grumpy noodle boy. Also, we got Queen's Gambit along with the sketch that I did just using highlighters. And the larger sketch of the giant robot discovering creativity. I feel like we should give him a name, so comment below what you think his name should be. That's all for today, guys. Thank you so much for tuning into today's video. I hope you enjoyed. Stay tuned for more of these on my Instagram, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye!